Hi everyone. Let's say it's the mid-90s. You just got back from the theater and your brain is still buzzing after watching Arnold Schwarzenegger chase a terrorist on horseback through a fancy hotel, or watching him fly a plane and somehow making it look cool while doing it. That was the movie True Lies, when James Cameron went full-on 90s blockbuster. And like always back then, some game developer got shoved the movie license. Somebody handed over a cartridge and basically said, yeah, so turn this into a game. So here's the thing nobody really asked, but I'm gonna answer anyway. Did they pull it off? Today, I'm talking about True Lies on the Super Nintendo, a game that most folks either barely remember or have strong split opinions about. And honestly, I get it. Both responses make sense. Beam Software made the game, and LJN published it. Yeah, that LJN. The company so notorious for churning out rough licensed games in the NES days that seeing their little rainbow logo felt like a caution sign. That logo could make you quietly slide the cartridge back on the shelf and pretend you never saw it. But quick fact, by 1994, Acclaim had already absorbed LJN, and True Lies was one of the last games ever to come under the LJN name before it just disappeared for good. So before you even hit start, you knew hope was in short supply. Let's call it cautiously pessimistic. If you haven't seen the movie True Lies, no judgment, but honestly, what have you been doing with your life? Let's get you caught up real quick. It's a 1994 action comedy from James Cameron. Arnold Schwarzenegger plays Harry Tasker, a counter-terrorism agent who pretends to be a boring computer salesman. In reality, he's out here defusing nuclear threats and saving the world. The game follows that same plot. You're Harry Tasker, and your main goal? Stop Crimson Jihad, a terrorist group led by Salim Abu Aziz. The game gives you all the big action pieces. There's a ski chase, hotel shootouts, a mall, a submarine, and yes, a Harrier jet. Only don't expect Bill Paxton or Jamie Lee Curtis to pop up. The game skips most of the character drama and goes all in on the action, which for a run-and-gun shooter is probably the right move. So how does it actually play? True Lies is a top-down, angled overhead run and gun. Think somewhere between Zombies Ate My Neighbors and Soldiers of Fortune. You move through various environments, blasting terrorists, scooping up new weapons, and knocking off stage-specific objectives before you hit the end of each level. There are 9 main stages, maybe 10 if you want to be generous, set in places like hotels, deserts, docks, and the submarine. Harry isn't just shooting, he's got a couple of tricks. You can lock your aim while moving. Sounds minor, but when you're surrounded, it's a lifesaver. And the shoulder roll dodge, that dive lets you slip past bullets and get right up in someone's face. It feels slick and adds a bit of flair to the fights. The weapon list definitely helps. Pistols, machine guns, shotguns, grenades, oh, and a flamethrower. Of course Harry Tasker has a flamethrower. Finding secret areas can unlock extra firepower, so if you like exploring, it pays off. Credit where it's due, the game does some things surprisingly well. The sprite work stands out. The Arnold Schwarzenegger sprite actually looks like Schwarzenegger, which might sound basic, but on a 16-bit console in 1995, that wasn't easy. The environments have nice detail, the animation is crisp, and for a licensed game, the polish is better than you'd expect. The action is also genuinely fun. At its best, it gets frantic and chaotic in a way that feels satisfying rather than overwhelming. Levels are sizable and well-designed enough to reward exploration, and the weapons variety means you're rarely stuck doing the exact same thing fight after fight. There's variety in the missions too, some stealth here and there, wide open areas, and the game doesn't just stick you in the same dull corridor every time. The pacing feels intentional. And the Harrier jet stage, it's a bit of a novelty, but it shakes up the gameplay and shows somebody was at least trying to be creative. Now, time for the bad news. This game has problems, big ones. The difficulty is brutal and not always fair. The worst offender? No invincibility frames after you take a hit. In most games, you get a second of immunity, so you can't get slammed over and over. Not here. If a group corners you, and it will happen, you can watch your health melt away in seconds. Multiple enemies with shotguns and grenades basically wreck you. It's not challenging, it's kind of just mean. Hit detection can get weird too. Sometimes your bullets miss when they shouldn't. Enemies soak up damage in ways that feel off. And the angled view means objects can block your view of important items. You'll end up wandering around clueless, just looking for whatever you need to move forward. Then there's the save system, or lack thereof. No battery saves, just passwords. Passwords were normal back then, so it's not the end of the world, but with how tough the game can be, losing progress just makes you want to quit. Repetition kicks in as well. The gameplay loop doesn't really change much, and by the later levels, you're just doing another version of what you did at the start. Enemy AI is basic, so once you figure out some early tricks, you're set for the whole game. So, should you play True Lies on Super Nintendo? If you love 90s overhead shooters, remember the movie fondly, or just want to check out a surprisingly decent licensed game, go for it. It's rough, unforgiving, and there's a good chance the hit system will annoy you. But the mechanics are fun, the weapons are cool, the stages have variety, and it's got enough charm to get you through it. If you're expecting something smooth, modern, or gentle, this isn't it. The difficulty will probably chew you up and spit you out before you finish. Still, True Lies is a cool slice of 90s gaming. It's not just another throwaway licensed game. It tried, it mostly succeeded, and in that era, that counts for a lot. Anyway, that's it for this one. If you're into retro reviews, do the usual, hit and like subscribe if you haven't already, and drop a comment to support the channel. Did you play True Lies? Was it awesome or a headache for you? Let me know, and catch you next time.
Ugh.